All right, we coming to you all the way live from the Houston airport in Texas. We're talking about how to shoot video in public and not even care. That is the #1 question I get asked on this channel. How do you shoot this content in public, in very public places like the airport, like the mall, like city streets? Well, let me tell you, it's really just 3 things that I've learned, and I learned it by accident. I didn't really have a plan. I think I just intuitively figured this stuff out. But first thing, getting right into it, nobody cares. Everybody's busy. Everybody is so busy. Listen, everyone is on their way to get something done. Everyone is thinking about some stuff. And that ties right into the second thing. We're not wasting any time today. Everyone is in their own world. It's 2 different things, but you know, busyness is a real thing. I've been reading this book, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. Man, if you haven't heard of that book yet, especially if you're a Christian, spiritual, it is written by a pastor, but he talks about how busyness is like an epidemic. It's like a pandemic. It is serious. I mean, you ask anyone how they're doing these days. How are you doing? Type that in the comments. I bet you half of you, if you just said the first thing that came to mind, is saying, Ed, I'm so busy. Ed, I'm so busy. And by the way, if we're just meeting, my name is Ed. I make video and content creation simple. I also help high-ticket coaches sell their offerings with walk and talk videos just like this. And there's a masterclass on that coming very soon. Link in description. Back to the thing. Yo, people busy. They don't got time for you. They don't got time to care. Look, all these people going through security. I probably shouldn't show you that. People going through security. They're busy trying to get their bags. They're busy trying to put their shoes back on. They're busy trying to make sure they don't forget anything. And back to where we were, they're in their own world. Listen, they're not looking for me. I'm the side character in their world. I'm an extra. I am not the main character. In your story, you are the main character. And so it's very freeing to realize that nobody cares. If they look at you, it's just for a second. And nobody's like, oh my gosh, I saw a weirdo today. Look at him talking to a camera like he's some sort of influencer or something. Nobody really cares. I'm just a half-second weird anomaly. I'm a glitch in the matrix. Nobody notices. And when they do notice, they forget instantly. I mean, no one's out looking for me yet. You gotta have at least 10K followers or subscribers, I feel like, before that even starts happening. It has happened to me twice. But that's the power of having a personal brand and a platform that you're actively working on. Once at Disneyland and once at church. But that's about it. At church, y'all, at church. Anywho, busyness is such a thing. And we're just so involved in our own worlds. We all have too much to do, too much going on. In fact, that's why a lot of you aren't even making content. If you're not making content because you feel too busy, I got a video for you about that. By the way, that's the other most requested topic on my channel. How can I make content if I feel like I'm too busy to make content? But now I'm walking into a more busy part of the Houston airport. And the funniest thing is that still nobody cares. People might look over at me for a half second and you might see people look back at this little camera, but they're on their way to their gate or they're on their way to pick up their baggage, luggage. They can't pay attention to me. They're focused on their goal. And here's the third thing that is a sign of our times that you should be encouraged by. Everyone's on their phones. Seriously, everybody is on their phones. Nobody is looking at you and the goofy stuff you're doing with your phone or your camera, unless you have like this big, massive honky camera. That's one advantage of rocking the camera that I'm working with. So the camera that I use in these videos, it is called the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. It is tiny as all get out. And let me just show you real quick how small this thing is. Yeah. Just fits in the palm of my hand. I didn't even attach the battery, so it is super small and it just fits just like that. Really nice camera, really beautiful image. And it's even smaller than my phone. So I feel like it's barely noticeable at all to the general public, especially because they're busy goofing off on their phones, their tablets, their laptops. Nobody cares. So that is the most freeing thing to realize. Nobody cares. But here is the biggest thing. Here's the biggest thing. First of all, nobody cares, right? But second of all, if you care enough about the message, if you care enough about your audience that you don't care what people think about you, it's an incredibly powerful mechanism to just get over yourself. And because you're already done with yourself, I'm done. I really don't care what people think about me that much because I care about you and I care about communicating with you the points that I'm communicating in this video. And to the point where I just feel so free to walk and talk and tell you what's really up. And I think I might have walked the wrong way. This is the hazard of walking and talking. I do have a flight to catch. I'm going to Costa Rica. But yes, someone did just look back at me. He just looked forward again. See, that's exactly what happens. They look at you, they get a little confused, maybe a little embarrassed, but they don't think about it. And if they're talking about you behind your back, are you gonna find out about it? No. So who cares? You're building personal brand. As long as you don't be a jerk about it. That's the other side of things. That's the one caveat. Don't be a jerk. And note that when I am shooting in public, I am not causing hazards to myself or others. The only time I've ever run into something was in a private space after hours when I wasn't paying attention. I was a little bit tired. I ran into a chair. You can see it in my intro video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. 88% of viewers are not subscribed yet, so subscribe. But before you do, you can go look at the channel intro on the channel page, and you can see me run into a chair if you watch that video about 2 minutes in. Anywho, don't be a jerk. Don't run into things, especially don't run into people. Don't be loud and obnoxious. That's another advantage of shooting in large semi-public areas. There's so much noise in the background that you kind of get drowned out. And if anything, people think you're just one of those weirdos who's talking on their AirPods and having a little conversation or FaceTiming a friend. And you know, they're on their phones. They assume you're on your phone too. It's all good. They don't see what you're doing, and they don't see it as weird. So don't be weirded out. If anyone's weirded out, it's probably just you in your head. Don't worry about it. You got this. And if it feels weird still, just take it one step at a time. Do a little thing every day that scares you a little. Do a thing that pushes you out of your boundaries, because this game is all about that. It's all about that. By the way, walking and making these videos does give me a little bit of adrenaline because you know that thinking, maybe people are looking at me. You know what, who cares? And also, I'm in motion. They're not gonna be able to find me because I'm not gonna be there in that spot in 5 minutes because I am on the move, bruh. I am always on the move. In fact, look for me in 5 minutes, I'm gonna be on a plane. So yeah, you won't find me because I'll be on my way to Costa Rica. By far the biggest thing I've ever done professionally. Super stoked. And if you want to see that video about how to make content even when you feel too busy to make content, click the link in the thing and join the masterclass in the description. See ya!